Good morning, everyone. As you can see, I did get my hair done. I figured I'd just skip the intro today because honestly, I didn't push the button fast enough. I am still Mo. Despite the hair color, the change, and the stylist was lovely. It took so long. I am ashamed to say I was exhausted after sitting so long in the chair. I didn't think I was going to be, so I came home and fell asleep, like, no joke. About 45 minutes. I'm gonna graciously give myself an hour, but about 45 minutes after the appointment, I was sawing logs. Now, Mr. Mo alleges that I snore, and I do not believe that, um, and oh my goodness, my middle son, if you ever feel too vain about yourself, if you ever are just having a too, high for your horses day, ask your kids what they think about any sort of new look that you have. Because my middle son was like, "You look like a clown." He went on to amend that I look like a very pretty clown. So, honest to goodness, that might be my best compliment ever. Because Mr. Mo was like, "Gunner, why did you say that?" And I said, "It's okay," because he amended it to say a very pretty clown. And that has to be my best compliment ever, which which says more about me. And thank you so much. But let's get into the news. I felt bad. I was on track to do a stream last night and it was just mow out. And I can only imagine the hairstylist's hands and arms were tired because there is science and math and like all the science going into hair. Honestly, this is why I love wigs because that's a whole lot of work. Our first story, more shenanigans well, in everywhere. A California doctor was unfortunately ambushed and attacked outside of his home after repeated attacks before that. And I guess no one really took those seriously. But a doctor has lost his life after he had well, credible threats placed against him, which is unnerving. A prominent California doctor was shot and unalived in an ambush outside his Los Angeles clinic. A motive for the deadly attack remains a mystery. Hamid Mirishoje was gunned down as he walked towards his car in the parking lot of Woodland Hills Medical Clinic and Urgent Care just after 5:30 p.m., an hour after he closed his office on Friday, KTLA reported. Los Angeles Police Department arrived 45 minutes later. Well, I can Okay, Los Angeles, what are you doing? They arrived 3 days later and they're like, "Yeah, he's super dead." I can't imagine how that happened. 45 minutes? That's worse than DoorDash, and I've never DoorDashed. My daughter does, though, my older daughter, and she's like, "Yeah, that's you wait maybe 20 minutes." Uh, well, great success. He's from California, so I'm sure he didn't have a doctor's note, a psychiatrist's note, a blood sample, and all the other stuff. Mass, you do have a point. He is already passed away, so good morning, Squid Pro Quo. So, Los Angeles Police Department arrived 45 minutes later and found the 61-year-old physician suffering from a wound, a gunshot wound, next to his white SUV. Now, the doctor who worked in primary care and as an emergency care physician was pronounced dead at the scene. Well, yeah, after 40 minutes, I'm guessing that's what's going to happen. There were several casings found nearby. A suspect who has not been identified fled on foot. Police believe that there is only one person involved in this as far as, the force multiplier use. But they have not released a description or a motive. Okay, so you have a suspect and you would like us to be on the lookout for him. What are those descriptives? That is not any ist or the phobes. I cannot look at someone if you don't give me a description to be on the lookout. I, okay. Now, many of his patients it did include celebrities, movie stars, athletes, and many people from different walks of life, according to his work biography. He graduated from College of Osteopathic Medicine of the Pacific and was board eligible in addiction medication or medicine, and he had 10 years of addictionology. Okay, all right. This is my shtick. You cannot make words up and add ology to it. He was a doctor of osteopath. So a DO maybe looks at the body as more of a whole. So instead of going to like a specialized ear, nose, and throat person or that, the doctor of osteopath is more looking at your body in a holistic manner, in a whole body manner. At least that's how I understand it. I could be very wrong, so Google it if you have to. But that's my understanding of what a doctor of osteopath is. Now, again, I take issue with creating ologies. That is my job. So you cannot make a dictionology. I swear to goodness, I can make it, but you can't. I'm going to trademark ology. He's been full of love. He's been full of care. A former patient, Kadir Quintero, told KTLA, he doesn't care that you're just another number in his lobby. He cares about your future as well. He's helped a lot of people with detox, Quintero said. Who knows what they could have been doing or going through? He could have changed someone's life. He could have done something different that they didn't like, and they wanted to remove him from this world, unfortunately. He's been my doctor for 15 years and he made me feel better, Gloria Sarah told the outlet. He was from Iran and I don't know if he was telling me the truth, but last time I came, he said he just got married. Now, his wife, whom he married last year, and their 6-month-old daughter were visiting family in Turkey at the time of the shooting. They did return after they learned of his death. He has 3 adult children from a previous marriage, so he leaves behind 4 children, one of them a 6-month-old baby. His ex-wife, Ong Zarin Kelt, paid tribute to the doctor in a Facebook post sharing details of his memorial service. Hamed, the kids, and I are in so much shock. We miss you so bad, she said. August 23rd, 5:30 p.m., they took Hamid away from us right in front of his practice. He was always helping people, seeing tens and thousands of patients. For the decades, we fought hard to make life happen from nothing in an apartment, and the world is still so cold. He left the world with 3 beautiful children. We want to be strong in the face of evil and remember Hamid, father, husband, doctor, and friend. What a cool relationship to have with your ex, that you would say something so glowing. And this tribute really shows how absolutely devastating. The ripples of this devastation isn't just one man passing away. It's all the people he could have helped with their addiction. And if my first husband had found someone who was willing to work with him and actually see it through, we lost a good one from what I'm reading in this article. And it's irritating that we're like, be on the lookout for a suspect after we get here an hour late. But we'll take care of it. Be on the lookout for someone with no descriptors. Just what are we supposed to do? Oh, dear Lord. Okay, well, the violin can be used recorder in last resort. But have you thought Audio Coffee seriously of just playing Immigrant Song on a loop at really loud volume? I don't want to get you arrested, but that seems to stop any annoying things. Mo gets Audio Coffee arrested. Do not take anything I say as a good idea. Well, it's bad news for Army Hammer. Apparently, being a possible cannibal and weird, kinky guy, he's had to sell his truck because he can't afford gas after a career ending cannibalism scandal. Let's let him back. I mean, hell, we let Will Smith, continue to do movies. Let's let him back. Let's just all promise that we boycott Jada Pinkett Smith. And, Will, I'm a lady. She's a She's a see you next Tuesday with superpowers of see you next Tuesdayness. Army Hammer has moved back to Los Angeles, but he's had to sell his beloved truck because gas prices are just too damn high. In a video posted to Instagram on Tuesday, the August the 27th, and you'll just have to excuse my husband who's fixing the stairs. So if you hear construction noises, that's what's going on. I'm getting new stairs because I think that whoever designed this house in, state of the art 1971, uh, it's it's Mr. Mo working on the stairs. Put like random pieces of wood that cracked. So we had this one stair that was like a trick stair. And with my well, I this is a professional thing and we keep in theme. We keep in theme. But with how hard it is for me to do stairs normally, I have been asking him for a long time to fix the stairs, and being the good, Mr. Mo that he is, he took his vacation time and is giving me new stairs, which is awesome, and our deplorable, probably has all the monkeypox carpet is out on the hallway. To be fair, the children have done unspeakable things to that carpet. So I am glad to have it out. I am but let's get back to Army Hammer. I've been back in LA for a couple of weeks now. This is my truck I bought for myself in 2017 as a Christmas gift to me. Well, I got my hair done. I can kind of see giving yourself gifts. Okay. Because I've had pickup trucks for a long time, and I love this truck intensely, he said of the black pickup truck, but he showed it parked at a CarMax parking lot. This is not an ad for CarMax, he clarified. This is because I'm selling my truck. Poor guy. I mean, you just try to cannibalize one or two people in Hollywood, and then you have to sell your truck because gas prices are too high. I feel very sorry for you. Do you have, okay, sir, you are alleged to be like full on into some stuff that is interesting that I've only read about, and you're going to have shibari rope in your truck. I give up. I give up. We work as a team. I've been back in LA, but I've put more than $400 or $500 worth of gas in it. I can't afford it. I can't afford gas anymore. Hammer's career plummeted off a cliff almost overnight after accusations of DV, and, well, fantasies of eating people were leveled against him in 2021. He has spoken out since, saying he's grateful for the scandal that caused his career death. Yes, I too am always grateful when people call me a cannibal. The actor added that the truck has sentimental value for him as he has taken it camping across the country multiple times on long road trips. I'm gonna need to check your itinerary. We need to check if there were any sort of suspicious things going on during that itinerary. But you know what? That's okay. I've got a new car. It's tiny. It's a hybrid. I'll probably be putting $10 in it a month. Okay, sir, why did you run back to California that has the highest gas tax and everything else? What is so I'll have it down probably in my next one. It is hot as Hades in here, and with these fashion colors, if you sweat at all, it gets on your neck. Since they have to do a demi-permanent instead of a permanent, so it doesn't fry your hair. It's all sorts of science, but I will have it down more. I am loving it. Well, if he has stuff to make an arm cast, we are out. I'm gonna need to see how many times this man has seen Silence of the Lambs and how many times he just stopped at the Wild Bill, Wild Horses scenes, because I am suspicious, Mr. Hammer, because I would probably help you if you had a cast on your hand, and I just need to know if I'm gonna be a little bit safe. He added, "So I have to clean all this stuff out because, it's all kind of, gross, but that's okay." As Hammer panned his camera around the inside of the truck to show some belongings in his vehicle, one item that came into clear view was a large bundle of rope, eye catching, giving his alleged love for BDSM, including shibari, Japanese rope bondage. Again, yes. Now, the fact that I know that only through books is my allegations. No, just kidding. I only know it through books. We don't have time to engage in long scenarios. Are you kidding me? We have 6 daggone children and a bunch of judgmental cats. And the only reason I would engage in anything weird is to shame the cats, to make them really, really judgmental. I want the cats horrified so they don't enter my room. Mr. Mo is like, "What the hell are you talking about?" He just walked in, walked right back out. He's like, "Really? We're going here?" I was like, "No, we don't have time to do any what are you talking about?" We have, like we're not gonna get into it. Anywho, the death of the Nile actor went on to say, that his decision to sell the car was tied to his 38th birthday tomorrow, August 28th, and beginning a new chapter in his life. Oh god, please tell me you're writing children's book. What is your new life? Now, Hammer has been open about his financial struggles after he faced allegations of all the shenanigans. Back in 2021, photos emerged that appeared to show Hammer hard at work at a new job, selling timeshares in the Cayman Islands. Oh, dear God. Can you imagine him? Like, you're sitting with your husband, you have to go to this meeting because get basically a free vacation so they can harass you for timeshares. And it's Army Hammer that walks in. Actually, this might be a Mo dream because I would ask him all the he'd be like, "Ma'am, could you just talk about the timeshare?" And I'd be like, "No, I really wanna know. So, like, did you nibble or was it a full-on bite? Also, what barbecue sauce, ketchup, what's your favorite dipping sauce? Do you like a side of ranch? Are you Midwestern?" I could see this working for me. They would send me out of the group, and I would go have my vacation. Army, I'll be there in just a little bit. I'm not gonna ask you anything about your timeshares, but now recounting seeing the photos of Hammer selling timeshares, Mayor Bill Maher said that he thought, "F, this guy has balls." Hammer chimed in, "That's the wrong vowel. I have bills. I have 2 kids." Hammer and his ex, Elizabeth Chambers, divorced in 2023, and the pair children, Harper 9 and Ford 7. According to the divorce settlement, Hammer agreed to pay Chambers $1,500 a month per child, or in child support, not per child. The amount was sent because he doesn't have the income to pay for more. The pair also agreed to waive spousal support. I would ask. You guys know I would ask and I would film it because I am simply that obnoxious. True. It is. It's all that transubstantiation, consubstantiation that makes the Protestants and the Catholics just will not get together. Darn it. No, but I would have fun. I would invite him to the, antisocial commune and make him talk about all of his stuff. Thank you so much, Fun Diane. How many times have you watched Silence of the Lambs? Do you enjoy all the horses? Or have you ever danced in front of a mirror saying you would do you? They would kick my behind out of that meeting so fast. Well, if if the timeshares don't work, you can try to be a fake doctor, Army. A fake doctor injured a patient while pretending to be a cosmetic surgeon, LA prosecutors say. Well, I mean, okie dokie. How do you fake being a doctor? I mean, look, I can't even make a web page, so I'm not gonna lie. But people can Google things now. Wouldn't you think they just Google his name and say, no doctors? Or no doctor's license, nothing, no board certifications. Tattoos. I will say that I have met the most awesome people that have tattoos. I think it is intimidating, and I'm not going to lie, there's professional and unprofessional. I think if you can wear, like, a suit, that's fine. I think face tattoos, no, just for me. Now, I will never say no to a no regrets tattoo on anyone because that's flippin' hilarious, but I have different standards. You know what? It is not my circus, not my monkeys. If you want to put a hole in your face, if you wanna put 15 holes in your face and, put little horns in your head, that is super fine. Just don't expect me to hire you. Uh, oh, oh, right. Well, pay attention. You know, again, awesome people have tattoos. I don't really care. I do say I am maybe a little bit more. Look, you get all of these modifications for people to look at you. Let's be real. You wanna stand out, you wanna be unique. Don't get pissed off at me if I stare at you like a mesmerized, 7-year-old because you have leopard skin on your face. You've added, horns, and you've got the ear things, which really creep me out, the gauges. Like, I am going to look at you. I'm sorry, I assumed you wanted me to look at you. I will still be kind to you, I will still be nice, but you can't imagine it's like I have my hair. I will not fault anyone for saying, "That's interesting hair," or, "It's not for me." I don't care. Again, it's what I choose and I'm comfortable with, and if you're comfortable with it and people wanna stare, awesome. But let's get back to the fake doctor. To the public, Christian Perez Latour appeared to live a life of success and flair, attracting tens of thousands of Instagram followers to his cosmetic surgery business, posting photos with actors, hobnobbing with international models. On social media, he would dole out video advice on Botox, sound baths, and the dangers of injected liquid silicone. They're injecting liquid silicone like the silly putty stuff? Or the Uzi stuff that they used to have in Stretch Armstrong? That's all I'm imagining is, okay, we all know that we had a brother or a friend who had a Stretch Armstrong, and after we got done torturing it and pulling it, we all opened it up and looked at the Uzi. That's ew. But at least part of the time, the self-described facial specialist, who also ran an aura healing business, was illegally performing cosmetic surgery without a license, resulting in great bodily injury to at least one client in 2021, according to LA prosecutors. Latour, 53, was arrested Thursday and has been charged with assault and battery after impersonating a doctor and performing cosmetic surgery without a proper license. The LA County District Attorney's Office said in a statement. He was released. So let's see. Well, I mean, I've been a silver fox hunter. I You could be that, but you're also kind of super shady. Now, he was released on Friday on a $150,000 bond, according to jail records and prosecutors. While Latour advertised himself on Instagram and other social media as a plastic surgeon board certified in Argentina and registered nurse first assistant in the US who worked on educational medical teaching, law enforcement said that his medical qualifications were not up to par when he treated a woman 3 times in 2021. The first time took place on July 13th of that year when prosecutors said, quote, he performed an unlicensed cosmetic surgery, end quote, on the patient. 10 days later, he treated for infections that came about as a result of that surgery. Then on August 13th, he again treated the patient for further complications from the surgery, the DA's office said. Now, the DA's news release does not specify what complications were or why the charge was filed 3 years after he allegedly did the crime. Latour faces one count of assault with a deadly weapon, another battery with serious injury, and he is also charged with 6 counts of practicing medicine without a certification. If convicted on all of those charges, he could serve up to 10 years in state prison. Quote, when an individual masquerades as a doctor and performs legal procedures without a license, it not only endangers lives, but erodes the essential trust between patients and legitimate healthcare providers. Now, let me just get on this for a second. Those of us with chronic issues, those of us who have hard to diagnose or, quirks with their body, we already really don't trust the medical profession because we've been told so much ridiculousness or, do art therapy or, we can't help you, but maybe have you thought about not thinking about your pain? Again, I think we are as a society done just listening to our healthcare providers like they are deities, which is good because I think so many doctors have become, "You're a number. This is what you do." They don't take time to listen to the entire patient. So I don't know that the, great pedestal that we have put, doctors on, and I will say that my thoughts about doctors have changed since I now have a chronic condition because I see how disinterested or not knowledgeable or just kind of get you in, get you on pills, get you going. Doctors are sometimes. That's why I will say if you can find a doctor of osteopath that does, you know, work within your network, if you are able to, they do take a much more holistic approach. They actually listen. And that has been, yeah, we know our bodies. Doctors seem to come, and I understand it. Some patients are in there for nefarious reasons. Look, we have an epidemic of addiction. And unless we want to start talking about that and actually doing something, then, absolutely this is going to continue. You are going to have more people that, simply don't trust the medical profession and won't go in unless they're near to, collapsing because they just know they're going to get ignored or, fluffed off. And it's just ridiculous. But District Attorney George Gascon has finally found a person he would like to prosecute. I say we get this on our map and our calendar because this is a banner year, because Gascon is not known for prosecuting criminals. This act of deception threatens the integrity of our healthcare system and the confidence that the community has in those dedicated to their well being. Kathleen Nichols, chief of the state's Department of Consumer Affairs investigative decision, which took or division, which took part in the investigation, said in a statement, "There is no excuse for unlicensed practice of medicine, and it will not be tolerated. Anyone who violates the law and endangers the health of others must face consequences of dangerous and selfish actions." Now, it is unclear how long Latour had been practicing cosmetic surgery in California or how long he's been unlicensed. His Instagram account that matches his name and likeness has more than 50,000 followers and includes him posing with celebrities like Mickey Rourke. You stood next to Mickey Rourke with that weird ass face that he got from plastic surgery. Took Mickey Rourke from being, attractive to whatever this face is, like half cat lady from that weird cat lady. That's the guy you want. That's like putting Joel Guy Jr. up there and saying he was also going to be a plastic surgeon. Why the hell would you put Mickey Rourke in your plastic surgery, fake or real, in your real? It's so dumb, I can't even imagine it. Allegations against Latour are among a spate of those who recently made have been made by law enforcement for cosmetic surgery clients in an industry that's less strictly regulated than other medical fields. It's also an industry that's booming, according to Fortune Business Inside's report. The North American market for cosmetic surgery last year was estimated to be more than 18 billion. In addition to working in cosmetic surgery, Latour also advertised himself as a co-founder of an aura healing online store. It sells a variety of items, including Palo Santo and sage candles, crystals, and a juice detox plan that starts at $110. Well, I'm not paying $110 to only drink juice and be starving. That sounds dumb. That would probably increase the the frequency of my bad aura, so, nah, gonna pass. Also, they're probably fake crystals, they're probably plastic. This guy doesn't seem to have an honest bone in his body. Now, for the headline that I teased on X, I did not know that this was illegal. I assumed that going into, a tiger's cage was at some point, unsafe and illegal because it would be trespassing, but apparently a woman has been charged for enticing a tiger after hopping a zoo fence, which I did not know was a crime, but now I hope she wears this as a badge of honor because, oh my god, could you imagine? I am a deeply unserious person. I would sell T-shirts like "Enticed a tiger, life goal unlocked," just something like that because I am deeply unserious. But a 24-year-old woman has been charged for allegedly hopping a fence in a New Jersey zoo and enticing a tiger, according to police. Uh, Zaire Dennis was charged with one count of defiant trespassing and was issued two city ordinances related to climbing fences in the zoo, Bridgeton police said in a statement Monday. Dennis allegedly entered a restricted area in the Cohanzic Zoo on August 18th, according to police. Witnesses gave authorities video and photos that showed a woman jumping over the fence, approaching a caged tiger enclosure, and reaching into the cage before quickly pulling her hand out when the animal acted aggressively. Do we even have it? Just can why? Also, can we just let Darwin take care of this? I mean, just put her back in the tiger cage, monetize it, put it on, it just the level of stupid people do to try to get Instagram famous or TikTok famous is just astounding. And the fact we keep saving them, just what an absolute, you know, ID, 10T are we doing here? The woman or the police said she was almost injured when she enticed the tiger. Well, her skirt was very short. I mean, what are oh my god, it's not a kitty cat. It's a wild animal. What are there are fences there. That should be the stupid sign saying they don't want you in. They want animal on one side, you on the other. Hence a fence. Jesus. Police the woman was also allegedly seen on video depicting the same scenario in a bear enclosure. Last week, Bridgeton police released information and images from the incident in an effort. She went lions, bear. We need to let her, we need to, so she got the, we need to get her in with a lion because then she'll have lion, tigers, and bears. It'll be awesome. I mean, I'm not saying it's a good idea, but that's what I would do as a judge. I'd be like, "You have to stand next to a lion just so I can have, this bit in my." She probably would be. I wish I could say that this was okay, I don't wish I could say that's a yes. I think that she's just wanted to be viral, wanted to be quirky and edgy and not a typical girl, so I'm not afraid to go up and I'm an empath, so he'll know that I'm sending out good vibes. And I'm sorry, I've been watching the Whatever podcast, and I can't watch it. I realized that it angers me so much because these women are like the kids in my class who could never stay on topic, didn't understand simple questions and how one should answer them, and I found myself filled with so much rage because I was like, "Could someone just answer the GD question that the man has asked instead of this prattle?" Possibly why I can't watch that show. Now, they did find her, and her appearance at Bridgeton Municipal Court has not been scheduled. Are oh, yeah, these rem Chantel's Inferno, this reminds me of the morons who go to the wild dingoes here and take pictures and wonder why they're bitten. It's sad because the dingoes get unalived and these morons think they're entitled. Yeah, just leave nature alone. I feel like I shouldn't have to tell, kidults to leave nature the hell alone. You can see it with your eyeballs, that's a treasure. Take a photo, that's a treasure. You're just dumb and irritating, and stop. I mean, now we're gonna have to have more fences so people won't jump over them. Congratulations, you made the world stupider, ma'am. Well, but not as stupid as this man. A man admitted to put, the little nose dust, MDMA, into his wife's Coke, so Coca-Cola, in hopes that he would marry her daughter. Of all the headlines that I have done, what the actual F? He wanted to marry his stepdaughter? And it's in Indiana because of course it is. Indiana, it's not only corn, it's crime. An Indiana man has admitted to putting poisonous, off-white powdery substances into his wife's Coca-Cola so he could unalive her and marry her daughter, according to state records. Alfred Roof, 71, pled guilty to aggravated battery in July for trying to poison his wife. He was sentenced Monday to 4 years in prison and 5 years of probation. Roof told Ruff told officers in January 2021 he'd been spiking his wife's drinks over the last few months with a substance given to him by his wife's daughter, according to a probable cause affidavit obtained by US Today. Okay, I have got to see if this. Yeah, apparently the daughter was giving him the Colombian nose powder. Ooh, I need to make a merch store. I need to make a Discord. It is on my list since Mr. Mo is off. Uh to help me with that. But, well, I mean, now Roof's wife called the Wayne County Sheriff's Department and told them about her husband's actions, then gave the responding deputy a pill bottle that contained an unknown powdery substance, the affidavit said. She also gave the deputy a Coca-Cola aluminum can that she drank and cut open, and at the bottom of the can was an off-white residue. Another deputy took Ruff's wife to the hospital where she tested positive for having MDMA, nose powder, and benzodiazepines or benzos in her blood and urine, according to the affidavit. Now, what I do want to see is when they test her hair, because some of these substances can be found in your hair, how long this was going on. Because we know the general rate of 1 centimeter of growth per month. This might have been a much longer term thing that she was not aware of. Once the state changed the nature of the offense, he took responsibility for what he did wrong. John Lawrence Tompkins, Ruff's defense attorney, told US Today on Tuesday. That's the appropriate thing to do. Look, I understand that I was lacing your drink, but I'm sorry. No jail time. I know what she was probably tasting colors. And no eye drops. Why go through all that? I'm sorry. No. No. Bad. Have we all forgotten about antifreeze? I know that was an 80s thing, and I know that was it wasn't so much an urban legend, but a lot of people did use or have used antifreeze in their attempts to, well, cash in on insurance and other things. When deputies interviewed the then 69-year-old Ruff at the sheriff's office in January 2022, he told them that he was sexually involved with his wife's 31-year-old daughter from a previous marriage. He is 69. Giggity. But, ugh. He then explained that the wife's daughter gave him a pill bottle with the powdery substance in September 21 and instructed him to put it in her mother's drink. Ruff was the only person charged in connection with the crime. Why is she a co-conspirator? Ruff told the deputies that the drug cocktail would make his wife go to sleep for 13 hours or so, the affidavit said. He also confessed to that he had hoped that putting these things in her drink would eventually unalive her. Antifreeze? Antifreeze? Do I say it with like a side of ranch Midwestern total accent? Because I do. But we definitely need to find the court, documents on this case because what the Schnell the daughter gave him the, non-legal street pharmaceuticals. I do. I am not shocked. And you would know because you are the MLS law god of law and from the school of saying things rightly. I never claimed to have a different one. How are you supposed to say it? Antifreeze? Antifreeze? It's one word. You shouldn't make us pause in the middle, but okay. Now, Alfred would just sprinkle some of the white powder into his wife's Coca Cola can and wait for her to fall asleep. The woman, then the daughter would then come to the residence and put more of unknown substances in Ruff's drink and have her drink it. Now, the victim's daughter would put on a show for Alfred. Ew, ooh. Once Ruff's wife was asleep, the daughter and her daughter's friend would put on a show uh, for the husband, which involved the two women putting on Ruff's wife's negligees and performing acts upon each other. What in the y'all are gonna get final form Jesus down here, and I am not ready for the rapture yet. I have more Sailor Moon crap to get. I have to rock this hairstyle for at least a little bit for how much I paid for it. So doggone it, do not bring the rapture upon us, you freaking weirdos. The victim's daughter told Ruff that she wanted to, quote, get mom out of the picture when she found out they were selling their home, according to the affidavit. The victim's daughter also mentioned a life insurance policy to Ruff that her mother had in place. Now, Ruff did confirm to deputies that he gave his wife the powdery substance 12 times from September to December 2021. He also told the deputies victim's daughter, or he also told deputies the victim's daughter said she and Ruff would get married after they took care of his wife. Though Ruff acknowledged that he knew the drugs would eventually unalive his wife, he also gave her the substance just so the daughter and her friend could come over and do the smexy degenerate show, according to the affidavit. He did come clean to his wife because he felt bad, he told the deputies, but he also detailed taking his wife to the hospital 6 times due to the symptoms she was having from the drug cocktail, including bad headaches, drowsiness, diarrhea, lightheadedness. And none of the doctors thought hey, this chick seems to be in here all the time with all these weird symptoms. What's going on? Nope, they were just like, another number and out. Dear Lord. What again, this would only be in Indiana, I swear to goodness. Well, we do send when we send someone out to create evil, we do it bigly, dear Lord. Yeah, that just ew on so many things. Just so much ew. Uh, just a warning. Apparently, a children's book ignited a fire in a car seat in North Carolina family's minivan minutes after parking. I bet it's one of those annoying ones that have the buttons that you push that makes the noises because them books are demons. Firefighters in North Carolina are warning parents after a children's book with a battery caused a fire in a minivan. George Hildebrand Fire and Rescue Department said on Sunday that a child car seat caught on fire soon after the child had gotten out of the car in Burke County, roughly 70 miles northwest of Charlotte. After firefighters put out the flames, the fire marshal determined that the fire was started by a button battery inside a children's book that was left under the seat, according to a Facebook post from the department. Pictures from the fire damage show that the majority of the bottom seat burned, with the padding of the car seat burning along with some of the plastic. The department shared the cover image of a Coco Melon book titled, dear God, don't make me, JJ's Potty Time, that makes sounds. It's unclear whether this accursed book should even be allowed because Coco Melon is the devil. And I only say that because I've had to listen to Coco Melon and it's mind numbing and terrible. I think so. They have these books And there on the side, there's a little electric part that they can touch buttons and make sounds that correlate with the book. I guess one of those button batteries, yeah, but this book was always destined to end up a fiery inferno because it is Cocomelon, and it is Cocomelon JJ's potty time. What a crappy book. I know, like, God bless with these headlines, I can't. In all seriousness, I am so glad that no child was in this seat, that, no one was hurt by this. Yeah, a potty training book with sounds, maybe it was a flush. Destiny Williams told WSOC TV that she and her family had just returned from church on Sunday and were inside the car for about 20 minutes, uh, or were inside for about 20 minutes when the fire began. Her daughter Misty had been sitting in the seat during the drive. "This is crazy, but thank God for protecting her," Williams said. Misty's father, Presley Williams, echoed the statement. "When the fire marshal came and confirmed it was from a lithium battery from a child's book, I honestly was shocked and surprised." He said the book that started the fire didn't have a warning label and that they'd reached out to the company to pay for the damages with no avail. They do hope that other families learn from their experience. According to the U.S. Fire Administration, keeping lithium-ion batteries in direct sunlight or inside hot cars can be a hazard. They should be ideally kept at room temperature. So if you have some of those totally terrible books with the noises on them, do not leave them in your car. Do not leave sippy cups in your car. If you find them, just throw them out. It is not worth trying to clean those biohazards. Just a tip from me. Now, they were having a pretty bad day, but not as bad as these people who were stranded 243 feet up on a Six Flags attraction while it was storming. Yeah, that's a no for me. You can just go ahead and put me on a no for that. A ride shut down in the middle of a storm at Six Flags Mexico, leaving those aboard dangling 243 feet in the air for about 10 minutes. Omar Hernandez Medrano was among the passengers on Supergirl Sky Flight ride known as Sky Screamer at the Mexico City amusement park last week when the ride ceased operation during heavy rain and winds. Medrano said he and his fellow riders were stranded 243 feet over the ground for about 10 minutes before being evacuated. Six Flags Mexico said on social media that the storm caused multiple rides to briefly cease operating and that all established procedures were followed. Rides did resume operations later in the day, and no injuries were reported. Uh, no, no. And people wonder why Jamie and me never leave our house. This is the reason. In our final story, something fun, and especially on International Rainbow Bridge Day, something to honor our pets when they do silly things or ridiculous things. But Nationwide has shared the most unusual pet insurance claims of the year. So let's get into this. Insurance company Nationwide announced the finalists for this year's Ham Bone Award, which celebrates the most unusual pet insurance claims of the year. The Ham Bone Award, named in honor of a dog who ate an entire holiday ham while stuck in a refrigerator, aims to, quote, shed light on everyday and sometimes bizarre incidents that can befall our beloved pets, end quote. This year's finalists include Archie, a New Jersey dog who injured his paws when he broke through a vintage plate glass door while trying to alert his family of the mail carrier's arrival. Bear, a Pennsylvania corgi who bit a bottle of nail adhesive and effectively glued his mouth shut. A New Jersey parrot named Clover, who also made the list after a growth spurt caused toenails on her feet to hook together. A Florida dog named Irma suffered from gastrointestinal issues that turned out to have been a result of eating metal wire pieces believed to be from a barbecue brush. And a Virginia dog named Gordon swallowed two large rocks from her owner's garden. Rounding out the finalist is Lambo, a North Carolina dog who ate more than 250 jigsaw puzzle pieces. I'm blaming Lambo for every single puzzle I can't complete because I always seem to lose pieces no matter how hard I try to not. All the pets nominated for the award have made full recoveries, which is awesome. Members of the public can vote for their favorite finalist. Well, we missed the deadline Thursday, with the winner set to be announced August the 27th. I will have to look up who the winner is. Every year, the Hambone Award celebrates the recovery of our pet nominees, made possible by the dedication of their pet parents and expertise of the veterinary health teams. Julie Benson, Vice President of Pet Health and Chief Veterinary Officer for Nationwide, said in a news release, "We applaud and continue to focus on supporting them as they provide pets with care they need." So, absolutely. Just very, very funny that other doggos may have a little bit of Friberto in them. Oh, no. Oh my goodness. That sounds like something that Dingus will now do. Dingus is in fact a werekitten. I think he is mixed with werewolf because if he sees food anywhere, do not leave it down. He is a werekitten. He will come in for a sneak attack and try to steal your food. On a positive note and also a little bit of, housekeeping, remember it is Wednesday date night, and I definitely need to do something nice for Mr. Mo since he is giving me new stairs and a new hallway, so I might let him pick out the paint colors. Maybe. I'll just offer gentle advice. Okay, I'm probably not gonna let him pick the paint color, I'll think of something else. And on a fun, sort of interesting thing, or just a public service announcement for parents, thank you so much. My middle son, they didn't diagnose him, but he did have a screener for dyslexia. And, he didn't get one at his old school, but immediately when he was in his new school and I asked about it, they did a screener. And we are so lucky that they've got an entire curricula. I forget look, there's a fancy name for it. I know it's not Orville Redenbacher, but that's what I remembered. But they have a whole curricula and teacher that will teach kids with dyslexia. And I am just so excited. So I am struggling with this right now, but parent guilt, we found it and we're going to fix it. And, he is doing just fine. So try not to blame yourself for a bunch of things because that weight gets too heavy and then you can't take care of other people. So we got it figured out. And now we're going to teach him the way his brain learns with reading. And yeah, he was in COVID, e-learning, so I don't think they did the screener at all, and when I mentioned it, they said that because he would transpose a lot of his letters and kind of the very specific ones for dyslexia, the D, the B, the P, nines, fives, things like that, and they just said, it's fine. Kids do that all the time," and I said, "I don't think that's right," but this new school absolutely aces. I was so impressed that they have an actual teacher that teaches this method to help kids, decode reading and all of that. So I am, you know what? Every kid is going to have unique challenges, and it's just about being there. And you're being the best parent you can be. So just cut yourself some slack, and we will be fine. Have a wonderful day. I will be putting out some newsy nuggets. I do have to follow Mr. Mo, or I do have to go to, Lowe's with Mr. Mo. So maybe I will let him pick a paint color. I don't know. Romance after 14 years. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I will see you later. I will be doing more Mo knows with Reddit, and oh my gosh, the amount of whiny people who go to, the internet for validation. I mean, I am not knocking it because some of these stories are insane, but I love it, and why should Reddit be the only one to judge people? Have a great day, guys. Bye.